Start writing, you must. In 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello and welcome to Ask an Old GM. I see we have a couple of viewers, so welcome to the stream, and feel free to introduce yourselves and say hi in the stream. This stream exists basically so that I can answer your questions that you would have about tabletop RPGing. Right? I've been doing it for, well, since Christ was a carpenter. I know because he built the wooden box that my first stream set came in. Right? And, yeah, I've been game mastering since 1979. Right, so how is everyone today? Am I coming in loud enough? Oh, I have some news phone. Hey, Stretch. No, I'm not muted, am I? My mic turned down? Oh, I know what mic is. Helps if I lower the microphone to my mouth. Don't it though, eh? Okay. So how y'all doing? How did your 3 streams yesterday go, you crazy bastard? I'm glad to hear it, mate. You're a nutty fucker. I've done 2 streams in a day. Apologize for that. Jesus, why don't you put a blanket on it or something, man? Just like a sheet or something over it might take the texture off the material anyways. Yeah, should have used a cushion in the beginning. It would have helped a lot. See, I've streamed twice in a day, and I've got the comfy streaming chair, recliner rocker.
Yeah, yeah. Office chairs do that. Well, all chairs do eventually, but office chairs are notorious for just falling apart one day. I hear you, Stretch. I hate low back chairs too. They drive me batty. Yeah, that's true. Good chance to chat about whatever we want to chat about. You know. How's your nano prep going? Let's chat about that for a while. I am pantsing it, to be honest. I come up with ideas in my head, but I don't put them down. Oh my god, what are we going to do? We have to put up with Stretch. We happen to like you, man. You know what I like about you? I look down here at this thing here. This is my chat window over here and down here. And there's a flag there. I don't know what it says, but it says that you are a supporter. Yeah. That's what I meant by being a supporter. You know, you make the chat fun. So what are you going to write for Nano there, Stretch? I know what Sable's writing. I know what I'm writing. Raziel. Cool. Think you can get 50,000 words out of that? And remember, 50,000 words is a novel, dude. Kuna's coming to raid us in about a minute. That's cool, man. That's true. I didn't think I could make it last year either, but I did. Right? I mean, I barely scraped by. I put in my last words at like 11 o'clock on the 30th. Right? You know, but 11K is a good amount to shoot for. Go Nano Rebel and set your limit lower. Set your goal lower. Right? I've heard you can do that. Well, I got in the habit of writing last November in Nano. I mean, I've written one short story in my life, right? Which I wrote for these books, right? And I wrote a ton on role-playing game stuff. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you're gonna find it's gonna be a lot easier to write a lot more words than that. It's a lot easier to write words when you're participating in streams. You know, like, I'm not sure, I might run Ask an Old GM on Tuesdays on during Nano, and run Word Sprint Fridays. I haven't quite decided that yet. My Ask an Old GM yeah. Alright, my Ask an Old GM on Friday is usually a lot quieter. I usually don't have Esong at 2:30. Prepping for her game. Right? But I'm gonna leave that because I know Esong's gonna keep her game. So I'm gonna leave the Tuesday one. But I'm thinking that I'm Yep, told ya, no art. Roll building for nano. So we got 8 viewers. Hey people, what's everybody up to? Yeah, that's very true, Sable. Yes, thank you to Kahuna and anyone who came through Kahuna for coming here. Got 8 people in the chat at the moment, and right, would like to know how y'all are doing. Oh, guess we dropped everybody. Yeah. That's true. We always could. Always could. Fridge raid. I understand. I mean, really, at 10 o'clock at night, what else are you going to do in, well, 9:30. That's, 9:30 at night, what else are you going to do in England? Raid the fridge. What am I working on today? I am working on Sonar. And yeah, he could be. And this is a picture of Solar by the chat window. Yeah, I thought so too. Right. You can thank Sable for the ears on that picture. She did them. Welcome back, Stretch. We're talking about my character Selnaris, who is the Crown Prince of Elvendom. Reluctantly. Yep. So he rarely wields the power he has, but he has a lot of it. He's dangerous in his own right, though. He's probably, if not the most, the second most, because there is one other who's right up there with him, most accomplished magic user in known space. The only other one that rivals him is his best friend, whose name is Valvalok. Right, played by Sable. When I played him in 2nd edition, he was 50th level. I've been playing him since 1977. $78, sorry. That's not long for an elf. Yeah. I even toned him down for 3.5. I made him like 35th level or 40th level or something. And then toned him down again for Pathfinder and made him like 30th level. He's just my favorite character. He's the one that I played the longest. He's my first character. Okay, yeah, we could talk about that. You feel like talking about that, Stretch? Have you ever done any really high level campaigns? Like we're talking 40th, 50th, 80th, 100th level, stuff like that? Wow, well, that's cool. Right? To play for super epic characters, right? You have to find what motivates them. Because a 3rd level character is motivated by getting a new +2 sword. But a 50th level character ain't gonna be motivated by much on this earth as far as mundane stuff goes. You know, you can tell them, oh yeah, there's a Vorpal Avenger over there, or whatever. Vorpal Holy Avenger. Right? He'd be like, big deal. Right? I got 4. Yeah. I hear you, mate. I hear you on that. Yeah. Yeah, I can hear you there. Sometimes couples in a game is a bad idea. Yeah, well, you know, sometimes it works out too. If you've got really open-minded people there who realize that roleplay is just roleplay, right? Then you can have some really great sessions with couples, right? An example being in our current campaign that I'm running on Monday nights, Toy Soldiers Old School. Right? I have a couple in there, Blake and Dawn, right? And they wrote up characters who are entirely different races, ones that would not normally be attracted to each other. I hate that too. Hate that too used to video games. But anyways, to say what I was saying, right? They would not normally be attracted to each other, so you could see some tension could form if she decides with her elf character to form a relationship with somebody else in the group. But it didn't. You know, he was like, cool. Politics are often a good motivator for epic characters. I find that they attach themselves very easily to geopolitical groups, right? You know, kings and queens and things like that, and you know, wannabe deities and stuff like that, right? So they'll attach themselves to churches, and you know, you threaten those institutions, you've got a good chance you're going to draw the ire of this really epic individual who can likely kick you in the pants. Right? It's a good motivator to get your characters involved, though. If you want to drag out some epic characters and say, like, well, you've got the Crown Prince of Elvendom, who is running the Elven Empire. Now you want to get him out adventuring, you got to have something that threatens the Elven Empire, right? Directly, right? You know, and then you can get good political games out of it too, because maybe the threat to the Empire is not a physical thing, but rather a political thing, right? That's something that no matter how high level you are, you can't solve without good brains, right? And a good charisma score. That's what I was just saying. Yeah, I think we were saying that at the same time just because of lag. I think we were saying that at the same time, but the lag was unbearably long. Yeah. Right? Make it a roleplay based game, right? And the 100th level characters can get along with even like 4th level characters, you know? I remember when Diane's 40th level paladin took a squire from a 4th level paladin. Yes, you have to get a group that are mature enough to handle those sorts of matters, right? Yes. You know, that's what I'm really lucky with. I've got a very mature group of players in my current group, right? You know? That's crappy, man. Get yourself Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, you'd be a beast, all right. Right? And I took her character and made her part of the royalty of a city. Yeah. Right? And I do that a lot with some of my lower level characters in my games that I'm game mastering, is that if I advance the story and we open up a game that's 200 years later, well, characters who would live that long, I gauge whether or not they did. You know? Right? And it can have some interesting consequences too, playing one epic game with this character that I'm writing up now, Selnaris, right? And another one of his friends, right, wanted to get an artifact that characters that we had played previously with those two characters had. But we had retired those characters like literally 20 years before, or 10 years before, right? And those characters, the last time we played them, was like 1,000 years before in the game, right? So they went back in time to do the trade, right? Chaos ensued. Yes, she played an arcane archer too. Yes, who eventually became queen. In the alternate universe that may or may not be canon yet. Yeah. That's awesome, man. That's what I do that all the time too. Right? That's why we have a multiverse now. Some of these are worlds that we took from the standard game books and we just altered them to be our own because, you know, we're not playing in the standard worlds, right? Some of them are worlds we totally made up separately before we even got together, Sable and I. And some of them are worlds we made up together while we've been together. Ouch. Do you remember her backstory at all? Okay, well, if you can't get your old computer fired up and get it off of there, just rewrite it, man. Like, seriously, your writing comes out better when you rewrite it anyways. Right? I'm doing that right now, rewriting the history of Solmaris Kimarne, the mage we've been talking about all this time. Right? And I'm having to remember stuff and go, oh yeah, that was that character's name. Or I don't remember that character's name, so I'm just going to give him a name. Nice. That is epic. I have a good necromancer. He's actually a really fun character. He's this mage's son. This mage I keep talking about, he has a son who is a full elf who was raised by his friend. At one point, my mage character faked his own death to go adventuring with some of his old companions. Right? And so his will left all his stuff that he had to his best friend Stephen, who he named his son for, Esteban. Right? And Stephen was a necromancer. Stephen raised the boy. Right? But sometime between the time that Stephen and Solmaris had adventured together, Stephen had gone bent, unfortunately. So Esteban had a really bent upbringing, which he eventually got over, and has actually a really good relationship with his father now. Yep, I hear ya. That's what I created Rix for. Right? And now you're going to get in on a big secret that even Diane wasn't aware of when we played it. Rix was a kobold. Right? That was also a Grandmaster of Flowers. Monk. Highest level that there is. It's a 2nd edition. He was 17th level monk. Alright. And like to prey on people's misconceptions about kobolds. Like they're little, weak, and can be kicked around. Alright? He was almost sycophantic to people. Right? Like, you know, he was really quite the character. And he followed Sable's character around for a while in a lower level game. Right? That eventually became higher level, but he was even more powerful at that point. Right? And pretended to be a sorcerer. A low level one. Which he really was actually a low level sorcerer. Yeah, Sable's character was nice to him because she was actually playing a good guy. And so he fucking hung around with him all the time. Right? And swore his life oath to him. Right? Which meant that basically he was going to protect him and stuff like that. And acted like the guy's bodyguard, but the guy never knew that this was a really powerful monk. He thought it was some henchman that he had earned, basically. Sable thought that he was a henchman that she had earned. Yes, Rix was... Well, to be honest with you, he was a powerful Yakuza ninja monk, but in 2nd edition. Yeah. They all knew who he was. Kobolds liked her character. Well, I'm sure that had a lot to do with it, too. Can't you do that from the living room? Since Sable was away from her computer for a moment, trying to answer her silly mother calling every fucking 20 minutes, I will say that was part of it, Sable. Again, I'll say that because you didn't hear that when you were there, right? It's part of it that you were nice to them and treated them with dignity, right? The ice was broken. The ice was broken because you were traveling with Rix. You earned the rest of their friendship. Yeah, there was not very many places the kobolds wouldn't go for Alakis. That was Sable's character. So you couldn't have just chucked that from the living room? Or wherever your computer is? Ah. Oh, that makes sense. You had to at least stand up to huck it around the stairs. That was me playing my pipe like a trumpet. You see, different things happen if you just make stuff up as you go along, and you don't remember it. What's the doorway is at a slight angle? Oh, you couldn't ricochet? Right? See, I've done things like forgot what I named somebody, so I named them something else. And then we wrote that down, and then we looked back in our notes and realized I named him the same thing as I named somebody else. Alright? That's why my character's Valric and Cayman's father is the same name as my character Selnar's father. Not the same last name, but the same first name. Nine levels Magus, 1 sorcerer, yeah. Yeah. Nice. I got a player in my current game who wants to play a Blood Rager with cross-blooded bloodline. Okay. You mean if you'd raised her up from 1st level to 10th level, she probably wouldn't have half the stuff she did? Bullshit. Alright, having raised characters all the way from, like, 0 level to 50th. That's the highest I've actually raised through. Alright? Which is not my mage. My mage I raised from 1 to 50. Alright? I can guarantee that you'd have a lot more stuff if you raised it. Alright? Especially if your game master was going by the tables in the books. Alright? You know, even with what you gave her, I don't think that Should have had that much problem. Just off the tables in the books, my character ended up with an artifact at like 18th level or something. Alright? You know, just randomly generated in a treasure hoard. Yep, that's exactly what the case. I don't use any type of dice rolling system for generating attributes or anything like that. I'm like, pick them. If you want to play a character with straight 25s, go ahead. Right? I will put enemies that are to your level in there. Yeah, that's not nothing for 10th level. I do want to know how you're wearing 3 rings, though. Yeah, that's nothing compared to what I've seen 10th level characters end up with it of just randomly generated treasure. Yeah, according to the rules, I don't know if it's the same in 5th edition, but right up to 4th edition, you could only wear a ring on each hand. One on each hand. Does she have 3 arms? Or a tail? Because there were some house rules that would allow you to do that. Robe, 2 rings, a spell component pouch, boots, and Book of Necromancy, Arcane Family Workbook. Those are her spell books. 7 and 8. Okay, I hear ya. Yeah, in Pathfinder, they've got things you can just get put on your book that give you extra benefits. So that's really nothing in Pathfinder. You know, that you can just get put on your regular spell book, and just holding it gives you these extra benefits. So I would take the Ring of Sustenance, right, and transfer it, make it an Amulet of Sustenance, and you're just fine. Right? You got nothing on there I wouldn't let you keep in my game. Okay, gonna take a 5-minute break here, and so Sable's AFK, I'm AFK. Go AFK if you want there. Stretch. Yeah, be back in 5 to 10. Just reminding y'all where we all come from. Put the music back on. Let's find a new music. Let's just go. What's this do? That's crap. Yeah, I figured that's exactly what that was there. Stretch, the Book of Eternal Necromancy. I wouldn't even have a problem with you having that at 10th level. Alright, those things are generally more trouble than they're worth. Yeah, those things are fucking stupid. Any DM who puts those in his game is a retard. Or just wants to kill off his characters. His players. Because players are stupid. If I ever got one as a PC, I'd burn the bastard. Or say catch and spray them all over somebody I didn't like. Be fucked if I'd look at any of them. Magical decks in games, never good. Yep, that's exactly what I'm saying. Spray. I mean, they're going, huh? They'll be looking at like 7 or 8 of them. Yep. I've done a lot of superheroes by the game standards and stuff like that too. Well, and I've done things like looked up stats on superheroes like Spider-Man, right, who can lift 20 tons, right? So 20 tons is 40,000 pounds. Wait. Yes, 40,000 pounds. What kind of strength would you have to lift 40,000 pounds? Right? And figured it out in 3rd edition. Can't remember what it was. I think it was 60 something, but Or 50 something. For a human-sized person, anyways. Right. Yeah, I've done stuff like that. Converted out the Hulk based on what he was supposedly able to lift. Or he had something like a 492 strength or something. Okay, what do we got going on here? Yeah, I looked this up. This is nothing serious. D20 SRD. Stormcast Eternal. I don't know what that is, actually. Alright, if you could throw me some stats for it, I could give you a Pathfinder conversion for it. Like how much it can lift and, compare stuff like that. How strong is it compared to an orc? That sort of thing. Well, in addition to strength, but how many hits can it take compared to an orc? Alright. Oh. My back really hurts today, guys. So. Right. Alright, like I say, give me some stats, how they compare to your typical whatever. Alright. Fool. Put it up. Okay. Zoom on it. That's pretty cool. I could easily convert that to Pathfinder. It wouldn't take much at all. Right, basically, what they've given this particular fighter, from appearance's sake, is the advanced creature template. Right, you've got a fighter human with an advanced creature template, lawful neutral. Right. Except for they didn't even give him the full advanced creature template. They only gave him parts of it. Strength and con, mostly. Right. Yeah. Hello, baby. Yeah, exactly. See, like, there's nothing frightening about them. Right. Apparently they were given some enhanced armor, and that's about it. Sure, you'd make a paladin, make him lawful neutral. Yeah, I could see no reason why you couldn't play one in my game. Right. I would just have to figure out where they fit in. Or you would. I like it when my players come up with ideas of how the concept they have fits into the game world. Alright. These are devout warriors of a god king. There's no such thing as the god king. It is a god king. Alright. That have been enhanced. So how I would interpret that is give them the enhanced creature template and give them some armor that levels with them. Armor and a weapon that levels with them. Alright. You know, starts off as a +1 weapon and +1 armor, and eventually becomes really skookum. put that word in your pipe and smoke it. Skookum. Go change music. Well, I guess I should ask you, Structure, do you agree that their alignment should be lawful neutral, or should they be lawful good? As paladins. Yeah, that's lawful neutral type, definitely. I think Steve took it to work with him, so it might be in his backpack. They're made to fight against the demons of chaos, okay? Demons being a relative term. The demons because we say so. General Demon Foot Troops in Warhammer. Okay. In Warhammer, I'm only really familiar with the orcs, to be honest. Yeah, so they're scary looking and on a bunch of skulls, but this one's standing on a skull too. You know. Yeah, it sounds to me more like they're portraying the demons as we don't look human and we're chaotic neutral, so therefore we're bad. Right. Yep. And as long as you obey the rules, everything you do is okay in service to the great God King. We are living in America. America is wonderful. Strange how life imitates fiction sometimes, eh? Yeah. Typical Judeo-Christian Islamic nonsense. It paints the demons that left from heaven as being evil because they wouldn't follow the rules. It's my favorite trichotomy, the Jews, the Christians, and the Muslims. They're all worshiping the same God, but they'll kill each other over it. Strange. The liberals. Yep. Sorry about that, just listening to my husband rant. Oh. Okay. He's done ranting now. Now Sable's ranting. It's 3 o'clock and still no E-Song. Wonder what happened to her. Grading papers, I'd bet. The day you ought to talk to E-Song, she doesn't show up. They're not ranting at each other, they're ranting about the government. Yeah, well, we live in Canada, which means we don't have the shit that the Americans have, but we got our own shit. We got an election coming up on the 24th of October. Provincial one, and local conservatives are being retarded. Yeah. Hey, at least we don't have a member of parliament going in there whose name is Lord Buckethead, who's seriously running for office, which you guys do. From the Looney Party. Yep. Well, what do you guys want to talk about? I had another hour to pull this crap. Wait. Well. Yeah. I think we covered all the things I was thinking of on Epic Campaigns. Alright. Tips on writing in more political intrigue into campaigns. Okay. Political intrigue is, you've got to understand what the bigger picture is. Okay? When you want to start off small, like city politics. Just as if you were getting into politics yourself. Right? And do your favor and do a little research on what an alderman is and what a burgomaster is and what a mayor is, and decide that in the town that your characters are in. Right? Do they have a mayor, a burgomaster, or an alderman? Or do they have a mayor and alderman, or a burgomaster and alderman, or a burgomaster and mayor, and what have they got there for their political setup? Right? Then you figure out what's important to each group. Right? You've got the dock laborers group, right? You've got John Carter, who's nominated to serve as a town alderman from the dock workers group. Right? Now you have to understand, what did the dock workers group want out of the town council? Well, they probably want better and cleaner water around the docks, and they want less sewage going into the harbor, and stuff like that, right? Now, once you get that figured out, and you know what everybody wants, then you get into the intrigue part. Then you go into figuring out, how does that person go about getting what they want? Are they forthright? Are they underhanded? Are they rich? Are they poor? Right? John Carter from the dock workers group, right? Probably isn't a wealthy man because he works on the docks, right? Even if he was a dock owner, right? He's probably not wealthy, not like some of the rich people in town. So he's not likely to bribe anybody. But he is likely to blackmail people. Right? Because of where he is, he also hears all the gossip. Right? The thing about political intrigue is that you got to know what motivates the characters. Right? Right? So, a lot more backgrounding is done. Now, the big thing that I always do is I have some generic archetypes that I have in my head, basically, right? Your generic good mayor, your generic lazy mayor, your generic, well, okay, in the military, they say there's basically 4 types of people. There are the smart and the dumb people, and the active and the lazy people. Now, if you've got an officer who is stupid and active, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. Alright? If you've got a officer who is stupid and lazy, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. If you've got an officer who is smart and active, you're going to make a lot of mistakes. But if you've got an officer who's smart and lazy, you won't. Hi, Laura. Rawr, rawr, rawr. How y'all doing? Right? Sergeants are the ones that you want to be smart and active, not officers. Right? So you got to figure out what kind of person are these leaders in your town. Right now we're discussing how to add more political intrigue into your campaigns, writing more political intrigue into campaigns. How y'all doing there? Secondhand says he's doing all right. All right. How you doing, Laura? Thank you for the raid. Oh yeah, absolutely things would change. Like if you're talking about the political backstabbing sort of cultures of the Game of Thrones books, or in the Roman Greek Senate and uh, all their offshoots, right? Yeah, stuff could be more violent, right? That's really depends on the campaign world and the culture that you're in the campaign world, right? Because generally city politics are not lethal. Usually the alderman from the docks doesn't want the alderman from the rich area dead. If he does, it's rare. Right? But when you get into higher levels of government, when you're dealing with like counties and stuff like that, the more you go up there, the more plausible a lethal option becomes. Right? So at the highest levels of government, damn rights, in most fantasy settings, you're going to have some level of literal backstabbing. But if your players are not used to the political games, start them small, like in city levels. So a lot of people came with you, Laura and Samurai, and they were just quiet. They didn't even raid call when they got here. Well, I hope I've given you some ideas on how you can do that there, Stretch. Yeah, I've been there. I fell asleep in some streams before and woke up in streams of people I wasn't even following. I had no idea what the chain of events that got me there was, but I followed them. Yeah, it is one way to find new streamers. Yep. Go to sleep, wake up. Hey, wait, whoa, channel Jorp, who's that? Yeah, there's still another pipe hole in there. Yeah. YouTube ad forgetting, yeah. Y'all know where the term Armageddon comes from? It's a valley in Greece that the people of the big cities used to ship their garbage to. And they dump it there. It's a landfill in Greece. Armageddon. Right? And basically, it was the Oracle said that the future was going to be like the landfill. Yeah. I'm like Tyrion. I drink and I know things. So in my case, I smoke and I know things. Yeah, the Oracle does appear to have been right. Yeah. Anybody coming over from Laura's stream have any burning tabletop RPG questions that you want to ask me? Or how to integrate things into World Anvil? Right? Because World Anvil are cool. Would you like to know what World Anvil is? Wait, I'm gonna take my second break for a minute, and I'll be back in 10. Just was checking the schedule there, but I'm back. Anyways, that's what I'm working on for those of you who just came in before the break. This is my elf. Yeah, I didn't see that stream stretch for the shadow cards. Yeah. My mouth tastes like pigs were fucking in it. Tomorrow, where am I here? Tomorrow, actually, after hanging with Black Maggot. Alright, you're on until 4, so... tomorrow, yeah, 7 to 9. Three to 5 on Thursday. Writing's all inclusive stream. Oh, okay, yeah. I don't show a word. So as I was saying, Stretch, I never caught that stream, Easy CC Books, Ek Books, or whatever it is, stream. Alright, so I didn't get a chance to take a look at those shadow cards. You'll have to stream them when you get them. Do it. Do it. Well, so that everyone is aware, Kahuna is up for his, I think it's Kahuna Rights at this time. Kahuna Help is up if you guys want to tally on over to that. I'll be raiding him when I'm done anyways, in half an hour. Alright. Toddle on over. Esong! I've been waiting forever for you to show up. Siobhan! Well, you're here now. Okay, well, if you got questions, I got answers. And put my elf back up. You need 2 more perky pirate candidates. Quirky how? Ones that they are going to hire or aren't going to hire? Oh yeah, I should ask you that, yeah. Okay, I gotta ask you a question, Isong. Being totally honest with you, I'm gonna go to my talk screen here. Doo-doo. Being totally honest with you, this stream is more of a pain in the ass than my Friday stream because I'm streaming at the same time as Laura on this one, and she's a writing stream, right? Would you be really offended if I close this one down for November and let Laura write it this time and just have my Friday one for Ask an Old GM? See, because I'm keeping this open for you because I'm here to help people, and every Tuesday you come in and make my stream interesting with questions. So, yeah. I like that one, Siobhan. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to close down my Tuesday stream in November. I might stream later in the evening or something, a writing stream, but I am streaming a writing stream later in the evening in November. Sunday through Thursday. Okay. Yeah, that's true. I could always just start this one at like 4 your time, just 3 my time, and run it for an hour. No, she rated me just a few minutes ago. Yeah, what does it say? Looking under my webcam for what's going on here. Yeah, maybe I'll run from 3 to 4 on Tuesdays in November, just so I'm here to make sure that I've got spot for the advice to my good friend. Three to 4, I think. Yeah, 3 to 4. Sable, put me down for 3 to 4 in November. Puppies are doing 2 weeks, so that's like 2 months after that they'll be ready. 2 weeks. Yeah, 8 of the little beggars I'm given to understand. Puppies in 2 weeks. It's the 20th. Be really careful. Siobhan? Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Be really careful. Because there's a lot of people who do the stupid thing of getting a puppy for their girlfriend at Christmas. Alright. That's cool. They are amazing, aren't they? But people will get puppies for their girlfriends at Christmas, and the girlfriend don't want a puppy, and they end up in the pound. Because men is stupid. Total stupid. Well, yeah, you're taking one. We might be taking one. If I can convince Sable to do it, we're taking one. Because really, when it comes right down to it, it's all up to Sable. She question anyway, to add flavor to a smuggling town, how do I help my characters see the smuggling that's going on and help them reach their personal goal of taking over the crime syndicate? Ah, well, okay. See, having them see the smuggling that's going on, that's easy, right? Right. If your characters have any street sense at all, they will notice. Yeah. They will notice things like small change exchanging hands in handshakes and things. You know, somebody slipping another guy a gold piece in a handshake, right? They'll notice that. They'll notice two guys exchange an envelope of money if you're using paper money, or a small bag of coins, right? Accidentally come across a cash. That's another way they're stretched. Yeah, absolutely, right? You know, smugglers leave their stuff somewhere, right? Or they could get accidentally mistaken for a smuggler and given the location of a cache. right? You know, right? Somebody could slip them a paper that has a location of a cache on it, and thinking that there's somebody else because they were told to look for the guy in the blue and gold cloak, and one of your players just happens to have a blue and gold cloak. Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's exactly what, you know, I'm getting at, right? You have that the smuggling group was stealing weapons from the sergeant at arms. Not entirely sure of the logistics of that. How should I worry about that? Any suggestions on how to make that believable? The sergeant at arms did not know that things were being stolen. Yeah, how to make that believable is, first of all, yes, somebody on the inside has to be slipping the weapons out. Right? That's the big thing. If they've got a stock, like if this is a fortress, right? You know, not necessarily a fort, but a fortress, right? A repository for soldiers, right? Then they may have enough weapons in the armory to outfit an army, right? And to be frank, right, I know personally guys who have acquired rifles from the armories of the Canadian, our equivalent to your National Guard, the reserves, right? Because they go missing. Anytime you're dealing with anything in large scale, you got to factor in a certain amount of just that will go missing, right? Is it close to anything that would have been like it's a smaller fishing town, sure, but yeah, right, right. You know, if this is a major port type thing, is it close to anything of major significance like that, like a major port or a strategic area because of its large flat plains stuff, sort of thing? Yeah, okay. Then it makes sense to have an armory here, right? You know, during the early days of the Canadian pioneers, when they settled Pleasant Valley here where I live, right? And they settled Kelowna about 2 days ride south. This was a little orcharding community, but they still felt the need to have an armory here because it was 3 days away, and a fort, right? When I was in the reserves, Right? That's when I know people who acquired stuff from them. Right? Because that place was still stocked. Right? I mean, it was the Cold War, but we weren't really expecting Russians anytime soon. Right? Oh, good. I'm glad you like the video part of it now. That's going to be a regular feature. Right? You know, it's the nameplates are not really to hide anybody who's there. Nobody really gives a crap if you know what their real name is or the name they use on Google is. Right? Is there so that you can know who the character is. A bullywug encounter. Bullywugs are amphibious. Right? They will wait until you're waist deep in water to attack you. Right? You will have the disadvantage. Yeah, I know. Yeah, we talked to everybody about it. Said that there was a chance that you could be outed. Right? And they're like, yeah, okay, fine. I mean, they are for hiding the name because you don't need to know it. Right? Right, but bullywugs are amphibious. Right? They will never attack you when you are less than waist deep in water. Right? So that means you will have the disadvantage. Or rather, they will have advantage. You may have disadvantage as well. You probably wouldn't if you're in a boat, but if you're in the water waist deep, you probably have disadvantage, as well as the bullywugs having advantage for attacks and such. Yep, that's the other thing too. In boat, overturn boat. They won't get in the boat. They'll pull the boat under the water. Well, yeah, unless it's like a river boat or something, you know, or a galleon that's going up this bloody huge river like the Mississippi, you know, right? You know, right? Yeah. Right. Even if the water is only waist deep, they can overturn that boat, and those guys will be at severe disadvantage flailing about in the water while the bullywugs try and pull them under. Right? Bullywugs will fight a lot like a crocodile. They'll pull you under the water to fight you. Right? The advantage bullywugs have over crocodiles is that bullywugs have intelligence. If I recall correctly, they're of average intelligence. They have like a 10 or something. Lightning bolts that hit water act like fireballs wherever they hit. So, don't want to be doing that anywhere near your boat. Yes, what DM said, right? Rum rations. Sailors. Two things you ought to know about sailors. Sailors are creatures of tradition, right? If it's been done more than 3 times, it's being done from now until forever, right? Why do sailors doff their hats when they come on ships? Because somebody did it 3 times. Now everybody does it, right? Why do we salute the ensign? Americans salute the bow of the ship, right? We salute the flag, right? Because somebody did it 3 times, right? That's the rule of thumb. If somebody's done it 3 times, it's a tradition, right? And right. Any traditions for the ship? Do they have sailors that were already on the ship? Yeah, rum rations, you will get riots. Yes, that's true. That's a fact. We only did away with the rum tot in the Canadian Navy the year after I joined. Okay. Some things that you might consider are no bananas, right? Or because bananas are bad luck, right? Sailors like their meals at a particular time in a particular order. So if Monday they had chili, they want chili again next Monday, right? If Thursday is roast night, Thursday is roast night. You don't change that. Sailors get pissed. Right? Oranges are better, actually. They contain more vitamin C than either lemons or limes, and they're much tastier. Right? Oh, and sailors, when they eat an orange, eat the whole thing, peel and all. That's true. Yep. Onions just don't keep as well as oranges. Sailors are high maintenance, yeah. Like they're a warped lot of people, right? Sailors and astronauts. Just think, sailors are the original astronauts. We're going into the great unknown, right? With nothing on us but some planks of wood between us and oblivion. Right, but you don't want, if they're going out to sea, the sailors get scurvy. Scurvy is vitamin C deficiency, right? You'll notice it first by your teeth get loose in your mouth. That's why a lot of old sailor pictures, they have no teeth. Scurvy made their teeth fall out. Yeah, life preserver ring is the original spacesuit. Yeah, basically, yep. When they came up with that, you know. But consider that we went out into the water with no, like, that would be like sending the astronauts up into space without spacesuits. Just in the ship that took them up there, the rocket. You know, sailors, it's no wonder they're a weird lot. Yes, that is true too. The first spacesuit was based on a deep diving suit. Hence why they look like deep diving suits. Well, not the modern ones. Modern ones are pretty slick, actually. No, they leaked really badly. Yeah. Air, not oxygen. They pumped air into those suits. Yeah. Well, if the characters start getting overwhelmed by the bullywug, you could have them scare them off by making the sound of a large saltwater croc or something and splashing the water really loud so they run away. And then he comes out, you know. Bullywugs are easily startled, but they will return, and in numbers. I always just my thing is that is a good idea, Esong. Yeah, right. But my general thing for first time players is saying you would know to them. All right. You guys hear a loud roaring sound, and the water splashes. Right. The bullywugs all startle and dive under the water and swim away. Right. You would, and then I would say to the druid character, you would know that sound sounds like the roar of a pissed off saltwater crocodile. Right? Which helps first time players and new time players that. Yep. Yeah, that is true too. Yes. Yes, it would. Yeah, make it a draft or a secret or something that your players can't look at. Right? And then you reveal it to them when you need to. Hey, you're not a pain in my ass at all. You make the stream fun, actually, because it challenges me to think about stuff. And so I'm going to run it from 3 to 4 in my time, that is. So that's 4 to 5 your time. All right. So in November. Right? Just because I like to help you prepare for your games. So that's totally selfish reason why I'm running it from 4 to 5 your time in November. Okay, did we get all your questions answered there? Oh, we didn't get your couple of sailors questions. I like that one that I think it was Stretch recommended, a kobold named Flick. Kobold sailor? Sure, why not? Right? He just wants a chance. Right? You know, and what you can do with him, if you want to make him really interesting. Ah, okay. Oh, well, don't do that then. Unless you want to make him an homage to the great GM. Right? You can name him Rix if you want to make him an homage to me. And what you do is you make him know stuff about the swamp and the area that they're in. Right? And if they hire him, they get a free guide, basically. If they don't hire him, they lose out. And they'll never know any better. Right? It lets you test the mettle of your players. You know, are they really going to give a kobold a chance to be with them? Mine did. Right? And as I was saying before you got here, like I said, Rix, if you want to name him Rix, Rixx, right? That's an homage to my character. And my character would want to see if they're good people. Right? Because they are obviously becoming pirates, and that doesn't necessarily make you a bad person. Any character traits I can think about? He talks like a simple person. He doesn't use big words. Right? Except on occasion. Occasionally he'll let a big word slip. Right? Giving characters the impression that he's a lot brighter than he lets on. Yeah, reincarnated person from the swamp, yes. Reincarnated as a kobold, right? So, you know, could be a ranger, right? Why does he want to be a sailor? Well, he always wanted to be a sailor, just never had the opportunity when he was human. Yeah, that's what Stretch said too. Yeah, what Sable said, hope for the PC's sake that most of them have served on other ships. Do kobolds have fire breath? No. But you could make him half dragon or something. Yeah, you could make this the kobold the sorcerer. I don't know how favored classes work in 5th edition, but in 3rd edition, sorcerer was the kobold's favorite class. Yeah, that's true too. Yeah, trying to. I'm actually a human under here. You know? Yeah, you should make your kobold fairly high level too. By the way, if you're making the kobold in there, like twice the level of the party, right? But he doesn't fight like it. You can make him a non-combat class, and then he fights like he's half his level, right? You know, but yeah, he should be really tough, right? And allude to something bigger out there. Yeah, Deaf Bosun. That could be interesting. Yep. And he gets frustrated that people won't talk to him in a normal tone of voice. A lighthouse keeper who fell in love with an Atlantean and named his son Arthur. Wait, I get the feeling that's been done. Yes, I know. You could have a lighthouse keeper who fell in love with a mermaid and he's going out to sea to find her. Yeah, half deaf guy, yep. Yeah. Sort of like Stephen Matron. Esong, have you seen Master and Commander? Tis of a lovely female, you may understand, who dressed herself in safest clothes. Well, bards and druids are really closely connected in Celtic legend. Right, they're sort of the same thing. We haven't had that. Yeah, you could also have an amazing pilot for your boat, right? Who's like an amazing sailor, does everything, only has one eye, but in reality, he's actually a polymorphed Githyanki. Yeah, he was a neat character. I don't even know if 5th edition still has Githyanki in it. Yep. Remember, rum ration is always 1 part rum. It's just the different parts of water that are in it. But sailors are stupid. Sailors don't realize that it doesn't matter how much water you drink with 1 part rum. You will get just as drunk as if you drank it straight. 1 part rum. Right? So they get upset when they do their water like 5 parts to 1 part rum. Right? Right? Because they'll do that in a 6-ounce glass or 6-ounce cup. 1 ounce of rum and 5 ounces of water. Well, they would rather have 1 ounce of rum and 3 ounces of water. Right? Because they think it'll get them drunker. Barbarian who's a pacifist until someone shoves the kobold that he loses it. You know, doesn't like to hurt anybody, but damned if he's going to let you do it. Hey, yeah, we're happy to help. Okay. So, we're 20 minutes over time here. Right? But Esong had to come in and get some advice. So it's all good. We are going to raid Kahuna, I believe. Yep, Kahuna. No, the beginning of November. It's only for the month of November. I'm going to go back to doing a longer stream on Tuesday after November. So it'll be like 4 streams. Yeah, always our pleasure to help. We love doing this sort of thing. A lot of us have been gaming for a long time, so everyone, thanks for joining us. Right? Tomorrow is Wednesday, therefore we will have Diane Wrights, or do I have a stream later tonight? I just gotta check this in a second here. Nope, this is the night I don't have a late night stream. Right, so Diane will be back tomorrow with Diane Wrights, 1 p.m. Pacific time. Right, I will be on tomorrow at 3 p.m. till 5 p.m. for Right with Aaron and possibly Diane. Yeah. Right. So thank you very much. If you would lead the raid there, Sable. And remember, our raid call is prepare to be boarded, because we are the Sable's privateers. And I am the cabin boy. No problem, Esong. See you next week if I don't see you on Friday, or if I don't see you for writing tomorrow, or whatever. Because it's 4 to 6 your time that I'll be on tomorrow. Alright, 7 to 9 tomorrow, Pacific. Duh. Right, I was looking at the wrong thing. Yeah, 7 to 9 tomorrow Pacific. So 8 till 10 at your time there, Esong. So maybe get a little late night writing in. Yeah, I was thinking Thursday at 3. Okay, and we are rating in 765. Okay.